world, as the coders say. Welcome back. Today is Sunday, February 8th. Almost forgot the date. And this
Super
is
Bowl.
episode 13 of Breaking Ancient News. It's Super Bowl Sunday, but ancient history doesn't give a shit about the Super Bowl. Oh, actually, they
Give them
probably did.
bread.
The Mayans did have their little ball game that they played with
They
the
did.
hoop. The Egyptians had a bunch of stuff. The
Romans
did it
had
with
the
gladiatorial
Colosseum.
arena.
The
So
Mesoamerican
they
ball.
all appreciated their Super Bowls at the time. So we are here in honor of them, in honor of the big game today. Welcome to Breaking Ancient News. I, of course, am Aaron Hines, the Megalithic Mystery. I'm joined by my two fantastic and handsome co-hosts, Cody over at the East 10 Outpost. Cody, what's up today?
How you doing, gentlemen? I'm glad to be back on with you guys. I've missed you.
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while.
But we've been
Dave
cooking.
over
That's
at-
why.
Yep, that's right. We've been cooking. And of
Got
course,
some
we're also
plans.
joined by the illustrious Dave over at Dimension of Dave. Just kidding. Dave's Multiverse. Dave, good to have you back here, buddy. How's it going?
Thanks, brother. Good to have you guys back. Long time coming. Lots of content, lots of stuff happening in the ancient history world. We're not even going to be able to get to it all, so I guess we're going to have to go next week too.
We're definitely going to have to go next week. It's going to be great. Can you guys all hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Just making sure. It's going to be great. Looked like my mic was muted for a second, but anyways, it is going to be great. Thanks for joining us, Dave. It's super fun to be back, and we're going to be back on track. Look, I'm committing to you guys. I've been the one that's been dropping the ball with getting this stuff going, so I'm committing to you guys, our beautiful, wonderful audience from all across the globe, that we're going to be back and do this on a regular basis to keep you guys caught up to date and to keep us caught up to date, because there's some awesome things happening with some friends of ours. So with that being said, let's move on to these topics. Of course, we're going to catch up on Mike and Dave's multiverse. They have, I should say, Dave's multiverse now. I'm going to probably get that messed up a
No
whole
worries.
bunch
It's
of
changed
times.
since the last
Shout out,
time.
Mike. Yeah, lots has changed. I got a new editor. I got a new shout out to my new editor. This is backwards, but this is his book, and he's in the chat right now. Deja Vu has everything already been. He recently dropped an episode on the Cosmic Summit podcast with Mr. George Howard.
Nice.
So feel free to check that out. And I got links to his book all through my channel. So shout out Oleg Alexander Cheshkovich, my friend and editor.
Awesome.
Oh, I also got a new co-host / producer.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's her name
great.
is Megan Gibson, Indonesia Jones, she calls herself. Does work in Indonesia with Danny Hillman at Gunung Padang. She's literally lived at Gunung Padang for a couple weeks.
That's
Kind of
amazing.
a badass. So
That is awesome. Well, congratulations on those new additions to your show. Super excited to learn more about that. We're going to be checking in on East 10 Outpost. He's been up to some big things. Despite not posting videos for a little bit, there's some big things going on behind the scenes.
yeah.
And then we'll be definitely checking in over the Megalithic Mystery. I've been on pause for a little bit, been putting my eggs into a different basket for the moment. We'll be back and kind of get caught up on that. And then, of course, we've got some big things to talk about. Our good friend Raul from Pillars of the Past. He's been on a tear. He's
Yeah,
just been
Talk
on
about
a
cooking. That
tear.
guy's cooking.
He's
Shit.
been on Matt Bell. He's been on Joe Rogan. He's been
Dave's
on
Multiverse,
Dave's Multiverse.
Man.
Like, he has just been
Wandering
everyone's
Wolf.
been
He's been
crushing it.
on there.
Wandering Wolf. Yeah, he's on there with Will Brown, friend of the show. Shout out Will over at Incredible History. Follow Incredible History. Yeah, he's been everywhere. He's been breaking some big stuff going on. I have been out of it for a little bit. So Dave watched the Rogan episode, and Dave's going to, and even though Cody and I didn't, Dave's going to get us caught up on all the fun things that are happening with these Nazca bummies, what the deal is, what are they real? Are they fake? Is it a hoax? Is it a spoof? Is it a psyop? We're going to figure it out. Or is it actually aliens? We're going to give our best judgment. We're going to move on. Praveen Mohan has got a bunch of stuff going on. Filippo Bondi. Who do you got here, Cody? Who are we working on your end?
So, Hugh Thomas, Dr.
Oh,
Hugh
that's
Thomas.
right. Hugh Thomas.
We've said before, he would make an amazing supervillain if only he wasn't such a nice guy. That's the problem. Like, we deserve a better supervillain in the archaeology community than the Flint Dibbles and the David Mianos of the world. But unfortunately, Hugh Thomas is just too good of a guy. He doesn't fit the supervillain bill. It's not going to happen. But he did come out with a few new videos since we've been on last. I highlighted one of his most recent ones because the man is just up to some phenomenal stuff. A truly peak example of what archaeologists and academics as a whole should be like. So we're going to show him off. And then I've got a video from the POV channel. 2 reasons for that. One, he is checking out some seemingly impossible geometry happening down in South America in some maybe natural, maybe unnatural formations. We're going to take a look at that and what he thinks about it. And not only is he checking out stuff that might be megalithic, he's doing something that we're going to be doing very soon. And it'll lead into that. So that's what I got today.
Wonderful. And then to wrap it up, we've got a special preview for all of you listeners. The Breaking Ancient News team, we're not just talking heads sitting here in our houses or dungeons or apartments or wherever we may be talking to you guys about history and all these other things. We are actually going out and going to be doing some field work. So when the time comes, we're going to turn it over to Cody, who is in charge of this expedition that the Breaking Ancient News team is going to be going on and going down to do some fun stuff in the Yucatan jungle over the full moon. So stay tuned so you guys can hear about that as well. It's going to be an excellent adventure that's happening later this month and early next month. But why don't we kick things off? We'll get into the first topic here. What do we need to cover? We need to cover, of course, friend of the show, Raul from Pillars of the Past. He has been doing some big things. Dave, I'm going to turn it over to you. What's been going on and what clip do you want me to get ready here for you?
Well, first off, I just wanted to say that Raul is a gem because he messaged me and he's like, hey, I know I've been going on the show, but it's a secret. I'm going on Rogan on Wednesday. This was like on Friday or Saturday, the Wednesday before. And he's like, I don't know if I have time to do your show first. And I was like, bro, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. Then he messaged me Saturday night and he goes, can you do an hour and a half tomorrow? And I was like, can I do an hour and a half with you? But right before you go on Rogan? Yes, I can, Raul. And so I was able to drop my episode with Raul 2 days before he appeared on Rogan. And I just want to say, not to brag, but that's the second time I've had a Rogan guest in the same week as Rogan.
Huge flex.
The Michael Button one was a complete, like, I didn't know. Mine was coming out on Friday and his dropped on Wednesday and his dropped on Rogan on Wednesday. And I was like, hey, so this time I wanted to switch it and get it out first before Rogan. I was hoping it would help the algorithm a little bit.
So am I to understand that as far as it relates to ancient history, you're now 2 for 2 on his guests beating him to the punch?
Yes.
So that means Dave's Multiverse is actually the podcast to watch. If you want the freshest, hottest guests,
right,
it's Dave's Multiverse.
If you want real interviews before the Rogan, get on Dave's Multiverse.
His sloppy seconds. You can get the fresh firsts on Dave's Multiverse, or you can get the sloppy seconds on Rogan. No, I'm kidding. Rogan, we love you.
And the episode on Rogan was really good, but I actually got a message from Raul that was like, hey, I actually talked about more of the Peru stuff with you than I did with Rogan, because Rogan tends to, like, he'll want to bring up Epstein files and wolves and stuff, whatever he's into that week. So yeah, go ahead and hit the first link. It's a trailer, and you can stop it as soon as the trailer ends, because it's a trailer for my episode with Raul. Okay,
the Raul Bilecki, Pillars of the Past.
You got it. Make sure it's at the beginning. I don't sometimes
absolutely
the link starts in the middle. But it was a pleasure to talk to the dude. The dude's a total badass. He was crawling around in tunnels. Just check this out.
A lot of little settlements like this in this area. And I mean, it's a really hard place to get to. Nobody goes there. The place is huge. They attribute it to the Inca. These circular structures, they're called colcas with a Q. They're homes. Okay, so Cusco is just full of tunnels. I mean, they're just everywhere. Long-term project would be to map these things out. So this is just climbing into one of them.
Wow.
That's Megan, by the way. It gives me claustrophobia just looking at it.
Oh man, I can't wait to do some of this shit.
This is a coca leaf ceremony that he's doing. So hopefully it doesn't freeze, because I want you to pause it when he looks up here. Did cut off. There up top, there's a megalithic, like there's two of them, like large stone blocks, like covering an entrance that was in there, like two large square, right angled stone blocks at the top. You can see it in my video. But that site, the first site that he showed, that's only 4% excavated. It's on top of a mountain. And he said those types of sites are literally everywhere in Peru, and they're just he barely scratched the surface of undocumented or unregistered sites. It's not as if the farmers and shit don't know about these,
Right.
but most of us have never seen. Had you guys seen that before
Nope.
you saw that? Have you
No.
seen that?
I've seen. I don't know which site that was specifically. But there's like, yeah, as you were saying, there's everywhere down there. And I've seen like hundreds of, dozens of sites that look very similar to that with the Incan stuff. And the Inca, it's cool that he was going down there and underneath all this stuff, because the Inca almost always, I shouldn't say almost always, oftentimes built their structures and their important cities and temples on top of the megalithic works and around the megalithic works. That's how they placed their cities around the Andes Mountains region near Cusco.
It's wild. It's wild. And I wanted to, there's a brief clip I wanted you to click on that says Peruvian Stonehenge. It's not necessarily a Peruvian Stonehenge. Somebody needs to go take a look at this thing though, because it's a circular monolith, a set of monoliths in the middle of a a barren wasteland off the coast of Peru. Like, what on earth?
Let's take a look.
If you
Here
pause,
it is.
that right there on the bottom right is another one of those temples with the sunken plaza, except that one has monoliths.
Oh, it looks like Stonehenge.
Exactly. And nobody's done a study on astro. I don't know that stuff,
Alignment, right?
but I can almost guarantee that there is some sort of astronomical alignment. Okay, if you pause.
So, Peruvian Stonehenge, somebody needs to get their ass out there and take a look at that thing and do some archaeoastronomy, get some measurements, hit it with a shout out Bill Schwant, but he's always wanting me to like tell these people to hit these rocks with stone with a hammer to see if they ring. But somebody's got to get in there and mess around with those. And this is just what he showed to me in my episode, and what he showed to Rogan is what I've been told. Like, just he has 5 terabytes of footage, drone footage, and stuff like that. So that's nothing. But I did want you to show the next clip that says ancient Peruvian coastal city. And really, for about 40 minutes in the episode, all you hear is Rogan going, wow.
That's every
Wow.
episode.
Wow. Ancient history is so fascinating.
1500 BCE, but likely, look at that.
Wow.
So during the episode, they
Pause it real quick. All right. So I looked on Google Earth, and those toward the top center, you see those 2 block looking things. All right. So I was like, I thought they were megalithic. They're not. All of these pyramids are carved out of the bedrock.
Wow.
Are carved out of the bed.
Wow.
The only there were looting pits are behind those 2 stones at the top. In that little alcove of the mountains, that was the only place. So I went there, and there's bones there. So that's where people were buried. And I'm like, why are they burying people here? And I stand right in the middle, and it's facing 89 degree, almost perfect east-west, that little gap. So like that's where they were burying their elite people. It's saying
Very cool.
That's amazing.
So we're only showing clips here, but he shows the drone footage in, those bedrock carved pyramids and platforms. are everywhere. There's dozens.
That's crazy.
And it just seems to go for miles. And so I just cannot wait for he's got a lot of editing to do, but I just cannot wait for, to see more of this stuff, because seeing these things, look, to be honest, I am a bit bored of Peru and Mexico and stuff like that. Not Peru, and Egypt and Mexico and all that stuff, all the stuff that gets the big play, all the sites, even the stuff in Peru, like Sacsayhuaman, seen it 5 bazillion times. I know it's incredible, right? But seeing this other stuff for the first time that I didn't know was there is truly exciting for me. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the
Yeah, I've been
shit that I
telling you
want
guys
to.
this for ages.
I know.
Peru is a gem. There is so much there. Actually, I'm just gonna while you guys talk,
We're gonna
I'm
get
gonna
down
search
there
here.
very soon
I'm
together,
gonna
the 3 of us.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in just a sec, because we'll get to that in just a sec.
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna get all 3 of us down there. But let me
Pull-
pull up real quick for you the Ministry of Culture website that lists all of the known archaeological sites in Peru. I'm gonna pull it up. So bear with me for just a sec. You guys talk, because you guys got to see this map. It's insane.
Well, I did want to talk about. So first off, on my episode, he doesn't like talking about it much because it's really kind of heartbreaking. But he shows all the modern looting sites
makes me
where
fucking mad,
people
too.
have just ravaged these burial grounds, and it's quite grotesque, to be fair, and really made me sad. And
It's foul.
he was quite emotional while he was talking about it, and he said, like, he would go. He went before, and then he went to the same site this year, and stuff that was there was gone. This is stuff just being actively looted, like daily, with no care or anything
damn.
for the people, and the humans that were buried there. It's just terrible. And actually, I'm gonna pull a short too that
That's
I
why I
want to
think
show in relation to that.
documentation really is so important, because people, there is always going to be people who will take advantage of the dead, of our ancestors.
Yeah.
And instead of respecting them and revering them, we'll use them as a resource.
Yeah.
And it's sick, but it's one of the highest trade commodities on the planet. And I think documentation really goes a long way to helping in these sites that archaeology may be aware of or locals may be aware of, but looters are also aware of, and they are ravaging the sites indiscriminately. And without documentation and people with the balls to get out there and actually do it, these sites are going to be unrecognizable in another 100 years. So I love what he's doing.
It is really cool. It is really cool. Listen, guys, don't hate too much on the looting of these ancient sites, because I know that we love to have things preserved, but also it's been happening forever. And usually the best way that these things get preserved is through private collections. Unfortunately, they stay in private collections, but look at what happens when you send things to the Smithsonian. Look at what happens when you send things
so
to the Ministry
few
of Culture
private
in Egypt.
collectors are like Matt Bell.
Yeah. Well, they have them and they preserve them, but they're private for them. But things disappear, as well when you go through government channels.
They
And
do.
I
They
don't-
disappear. It's both bad.
And I also
You're
say
not
that
wrong.
because I have purchased looted items.
Yeah. What I
Anyone
not-
who's
I'm
bought
not
on the
ashamed to
antiquities
admit,
market
but, like,
has.
I've
It is
got
what it is.
property. I've got land down at Peru. Like, I've got friends down there. I've lived down there. Like, yeah, I've bought some Incan vases. I can't get them back here to the U.S., unfortunately, but I got some authentic Incan vases down there.
When you
And that's
see
pretty
though the
fucking cool.
the
I'd buy one too.
forearms and like the skulls and stuff like that, like just
Yeah.
in the sand,
That makes me mad.
It is a bit shocking.
Well,
And,
so he has a video of an elongated skull sitting just in the fucking sand, and that like emotionally affects me. Not a lot of things
Yes.
emotionally affect
He
me.
showed that.
That
to
shit
us.
fucking bothers me, man. Like
Yeah.
first of all, the fact that academia is aware of a lot of these sites and is just like, meh, can't dedicate the resources. Fuck you. Because what's going to happen is a looter's going to go out there. They're going to pluck off somebody's head and they're going to sell it to a private collector. And who knows what's going to happen to it. I have a
it's gonna end up at
replica
my
skull
house.
sitting on my desk. Well, yeah, it could end up goddamn anywhere. It could end up on my desk. You don't know. This could have been
Yeah,
plucked from
that's-
Peru. No, it's
Yeah.
a replica. But my point is, like, the elongated skulls, like that one always gets me. So to see one just sitting in the sand, knowing that like a looter's just gonna go pluck that up and sell it as an oddity, man, that makes me fucking mad. Like,
Yeah.
it gets
Can I
my
s-
feathers ruffled.
Can I screen? I'm going to screen share something real quick, okay? While you're doing that,
It belongs
yeah,
in a
give-
museum,
if you could
says
give
the
me
Indiana
permission.
Jones in me.
is it screen sharing?
Yeah, it is. We can see you.
Okay, so this is a short of him showing another site of us where there's megalithic architecture with like Incan architecture built all around it, underneath it, above it, and it goes down 50 feet of polygonal stonework, and at the bottom, let me just play it. You don't get the best view of it in this short, but check out my episode. Here it goes.
Calling it a Wari complex, and so the Wari were right before the Inca. However, this place, what you just saw, that megalithic precision architecture, goes down 50 feet.
What?
It's 4
That's amazing.
stories, and
What? What's at the bottom?
Mummy's at the
Subscribe to Dave's
bottom. Mummy's
Multiverse
at
on
the
YouTube,
bottom.
Spotify, and Rumble today.
And subscribe to Dave's Multiverse on YouTube, Spotify, and Rumble today. But it's very consistent with like everything in Peru, megalithic architecture with Incan architecture and others, Wari, in that case, Wari architecture around it. And I don't know if the Wari used it as a tomb or if it was originally intended as a tomb, but polygonal megalithic walls laid out in, I think, 6 different chambers that go down 50 freaking feet for some reason. I don't know, man. And
That is crazy.
That's
there was this one moment on the Rogan episode where he says, I don't think we're ever going to get the answers to these questions about these places and these sites. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I think he's right. I do not think that we're ever going to know the full truth of our past unless we invent some kind of time machine or something. I don't know.
Or get to work.
Yeah, well, that's just it. In Peru, like there is so much.
Dragon.
There is so much stuff.
Oh, we might have lost you there, Dave.
Oh God, where'd Dave go? Come back, Dave, through the ether. Find us, buddy. We've had bad weather in the South.
Yeah. Well, while
not our
Dave's
fault.
doing that, I'm going to share my screen here because I found this map. They've updated it, and it doesn't
Yes.
look as bad as it did last time.
Okay, let's see
But
it.
essentially, when you go over here to this map, this is the Ministry of Culture over here in Peru. And let's say this is like the Cusco region right here. We want to look at all of the ruins and sites in the Cusco region that are not associated with a actually, what am I looking at here? I need to spend some more time on this map, to be honest with you. But yeah, you go on this Ministry of Culture map. Oh, we got rid of these. We need to find, let's see. Archaeological monuments. That's what we need to look for. But you have this Ministry of Culture map, and I wish I could find the right filter, but to go to archaeological sites. But I'm telling you, there are tens of thousands. This whole entire map looks like it is covered in chickenpox. It is wild. So
How
this
many of
is
them are documented well?
geoportal.cultura.gov.pe. Sorry, what was that, Cody?
How many of them are documented well?
documented well,
Yeah.
5%, 2%. I mean,
5%,
like,
2%. That's fucking
like-
sad.
dude, you can't even find photos of these places online. Like literally it doesn't exist. And that's half the time when I was down in Peru, I would just like find these places on a map on Google Maps or find it on this site and just like, hey, I want to go see what that's like. See if we can get some photos of it. So
You're the man.
that's a lot of what I've done as well.
I know.
Raul's
That's why I
taken a
love your
different
channel.
route. Yeah, Raul's taking the Google Maps, the harder route, and like going for the stuff
That's how
that
I
nobody
found stuff.
what's gone. Yeah, cool. Well, it looks like Dave's going to be. Maybe I have to check here to make sure,
See
make
if we can
certain
let him
that
back
Dave
in.
doesn't need to get jumped back in here. But while Dave's
He's
figuring
somewhere
out his
else in the
technical
multiverse.
issues, he's somewhere else in the multiverse.
He's somewhere
gonna-
else in the multiverse.
Yeah. Let's jump over to you, Cody, because you had
Oh,
some stuff that you wanted to
okay.
share with us about our good old, hopefully soon friend of the show, Hugh. So why don't you
Yes.
tell us what he's been up to? I got his clip pulled up here whenever you're ready.
Hugh, I'm going to clip this from the show because Hugh, we want you on, buddy. We want you to be a guest here on Breaking Ancient News because honestly, you set an example. Guys like you, Ed Barnhart, you set a top tier example for what we are asking for out of the academic community. All we want is guys to be open-minded, curious, and do their job in archaeology to dig and explore and try and find answers to what was going on in our ancient past. So that first clip you've got, go ahead and show that off because that is exactly what Hugh does.
What happens when archaeologists encounter a structure that has never been studied before? A structure that has never been surveyed or excavated. No previous archaeological literature, no theories to argue for or against, no academic roadmap whatsoever. Well, in 2018, my project did just that. These are standing stone circles. And when my project uncovered them for the first time, we had thousands of questions, but one just kept coming up again and again. What the heck are these things? My name is Dr. Hugh Thomas. Come with me on a 6-year journey from discovery to publication as we dig deeper into the standing stone circles of Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So that's the first clip we've got for Hugh. I'm gonna toot Hugh's horn here. That's all we want. Is it that hard? Is it that hard? We want to see academics genuinely invested in their job and doing their part to find these things, investigate these things, and do their best to speculate. Welcome back, the gorgeous Dave. We missed you, buddy. How was your walkabout in the multiverse? Is he back?
He froze. Look,
We
he
have
froze.
a clone
Look at
of
that.
Dave.
Froze
Damn
his
it.
face there.
Oh,
Really, man.
But anyway, so go ahead and pull up that second clip of Hugh because at the end of his video, he has spent 6 years in the weeds. But what are these things? What are these standing stones in Saudi Arabia?
We're gonna find out.
Be asking yourself, Hugh, what about the big standing stone circles? You haven't talked about those. What are they? Well, guess what? We don't actually know. We're not quite sure what these are because they are associated with the single standing stone circles, the smaller ones, but we just have no clue what they were used for. I personally wonder if they were used as sort of animal pens. You might have put some wood in the double ring going around the outside. Maybe you'd use the central standing stones to kind of create little partitions to block off animals from each other. That's my theory at the moment, but I've been wrong in the past. If you have any idea what these might be, please make sure to tell us in the comments below. So there you have it, a 6-year-long archaeological journey, but it's not over yet because Jane is currently writing up her PhD and we expect lots more papers about the standing stone circles and the people who lived in them to come out in the future. So
Wonderful. Very cool. It is really cool to see those things. And it just reminds me, we just have such a limited understanding of the past.
Yeah.
Like it's a broken, fragmented puzzle. And we don't know we don't have the box. We're trying to put a puzzle together without the box.
Chronovisor.
And some people think they have the box, and they think that everything is in this nice little organized little timeline, but it's not true. So that's cool. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for showing. What else you got about it?
Well, I just, a lot of amazing stuff is coming out of Saudi Arabia. And I love that he was putting in the work out there to uncover, because there is ancient sites out there in Saudi Arabia going way back to the Ice Age, and very advanced. So I'm, always in the business of finding lost civilizations. I love that idea, because you know what? They're actually found fairly ubiquitously. That isn't that uncommon for us to uncover lost civilizations. I made a video about it that people should go check out on my channel. But he is discovering things out there in Saudi Arabia, and people that cultures that we don't really know that much about. And he's working literally to figure that out. So I love that. I love Hugh. I hope he comes and joins us one day here on the channel. Good guy. So
yeah, you said you made a video about that.
Yeah,
over
it was
East
a
10
short.
Outpost. Is that this right here? Is this the East 10 Outpost that we're talking about?
That is the at East 10 Outpost that I'm talking about, that people can go to and find the short I made on the most recent lost civilizations, because you know what? They're actually not that uncommon for us to find.
Right here. Well, I'm not going to show it to you, chat. I'm not going to show it.
They
got
gotta
to
go there.
Listen, if you want this awesome video with this one right here that I'm circling my little cursor over, you got to go to East 10 Outpost yourselves.
I'm
They
back. I
couldn't
don't know what
show.
the hell happened. but-
You were in the
Welcome back.
multiverse, buddy. It happens. That's